Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to another round of FEH Freebies. Today we are starting the month of June with Heroes with Reposition, featuring Lilith, Florina, and Wolf, the newest unit here, who has Life and Death and Panic Smoke. Pretty okay fodder, though not stuff that I desperately need. He also has Def Res Snag, but I feel like the B slot is usually too important for a snag skill. Florina has attack speed catch and attack def rain and also a snag skill. But Lilith has a link skill instead and attack speed bond 3 and joint drive attack. None bad. All have at least one skill that could be foddered, but I think I'm gonna go blue anyway, just because I like Lilith even if I never remember to use her. She is definitely one of the characters that comes to mind when I think, oh yeah, I've got some characters that I spent a lot of orbs on and then just never used, huh? I just forget her weapon is weird. I'm not wild about it, but I do like Lilith, so I guess we're gonna go blue. So anyway, no blues. That's unfortunate. Guess we'll go colorless. So it's already a month ago for you guys, but for me it was just a few hours ago. Oh, whoa, wait, Joshua, I didn't even see the smoke. I didn't even notice the smoke go off. That's a great pull. That actually genuinely totally got me by surprise because I didn't even notice the smoke. I was just like, oh, a 3-star. Cool, Ascendant Fleuret. That's the main thing I wanted from Joshua, was just the Ascendant Fleuret. But that's really cool. His stats aren't anything crazy, but what do you know? We got the Life and Death fodder anyway, even if it wasn't from the source we expected. No follow-up and Green Feud. So definitely usable here. But what I was going to say was, for you guys, it was like a whole month ago, but for me, it was like just a few hours ago that I posted that cover I did of Colors Flying High from Persona 5, which I was very nervous about. But I've wanted to do that since like February, like in early February. I had like the idea like planned out of how I wanted to do it and everything. So I'm still very nervous about posting that. It was weird because I don't get too nervous about my videos nowadays, having done it so long. But that one was definitely something where it's like, okay, I'm putting a lot more of myself out there with this. Well, I haven't gotten any hateful comments yet, so I can at least say that it hasn't been a terrible experience so far. But it was very stressful and made me very nervous. But happy June, happy Pride Month. Yeah, that's the reason I picked that particular song. It felt fitting. At the very least, I had fun putting together the assets, and especially the drawing was something way different from my normal art style. So it was fun, kind of, but also scary. But Joshua, I appreciate you showing up, but you interrupted my speech. I didn't know what to say. But we got the Ascendant Fleuret, which is definitely super exciting. I can just I might just use that on like Morgan, but I still haven't decided if I want her plus attack or plus res as her second trait. Anyway, off to a fantastic start already for this month. Maybe that's my luck trying to reassure me about my video. Or not, who knows. For Sylvia and Aranis's battle, we're gonna go blue, and then green is back up. Sylvia is actually cool, so I wouldn't mind a merge for her, but I could plus 10 her right now if I really wanted to. So gonna go for the 5 stars instead. And neither of them have fodder I desperately need, but I could at least put like blue dual flying and attack def rain on like Sethith or something, so that'd be funny, I guess. Well, Yandere Sylvia says, "You must pick me." All right, then. I'll play along. Sylvia, please come home. No, Crom, you know what? That's fine. I'll take another Aether. Not the worst outcome, but far from the best. So for this week's weekly revivals, we're going to go for Petra because I just want to pull blue. Got everyone on this batch, and then on this one I've got everyone except Lind, so I guess we'll go for her. Sonia as backup. But we'll go blue. Also, probably Edelgard is backup on this one, but we got blue, so give us a Petra. Or an Azura. I'd take Azura too. Come on. Nope. Just Sully. Blah. Blah. Sully, be gone! Do not sully my summons. Alright, Lind. I definitely use Sonia more than I would use Lind, because Sonia's actually a pretty cool character, but probably still better to try for characters I don't have. And instead we just got Perry, who I have no use for. No further use for Perry. Especially not a 3-star Perry, but whatever. For the Bridal Blessings rerun, I'm getting a little bit of war flashbacks from going for Lynn last year. Kind of want to pull her just because she is the most useful fodder unit on this banner, I think. But I don't have either of the blues, so I guess I'll pull blue. And I couldn't pull colorless anyway, but yeah, still think about that horrible Lynn summoning session. That was awful. Awful, awful, awful. We just got a Benny. Meh. For our book midpoint banner, we have Leticia and more. Not that excited about any of the units on this banner. They're not bad. In fact, Leticia is going to be a absolute menace if she's showing up in random maps. Very annoying unit, but nothing here that I'm desperate for. Yeah, like I said, she's very annoying. There's a lot of effects going on here in her tome, and she's actually surprisingly bulky. But nothing that I'm desperate for. AR Far Trace could be funny on Picnic Leo, but that's about it. And then we've got Florina, who can do warp shenanigans with her bow. She'll probably be really annoying to fight as well. And she also has SD Far Trace, which could be good to have in the future, especially if we get like Ash as a bow cav. He could probably make good use of that. But probably going to go for her. Tayn is actually surprisingly annoying with his lance, letting him rally and then move again. Very annoying. Pretty strong unit. Wouldn't mind having him either. And then we've got Kent. Not too exciting, though. His art is actually kind of nice. I wonder, yeah, he's actually got good speed. You could probably make a pretty fun offensive sword cavalry with him. I don't remember if I used him like an end game on my Blazing Blade run. I did take Florina to end game. I don't remember if I took Kent or Tayn. I know I took the Lords. I took your Dancer. I took Dorcas. I took Pent and Luis. I don't remember who else I was using though. That might have been about it, and then I just like threw in some random units at the end. But yeah, so I think we're gonna go colorless, then green, then blue. We're just gonna use the tickets. I don't want any of these that desperately. Well, no colorless, so we'll pull a green, try and get some Picnic Leo fodder. Nope, just a calf. Not a terrible pull. Certainly better than some of the old units, but not the most exciting. Alright, 2 colorless, but we're only going to take 1. Get the one on the left. What have we got? Show us a Florina. Nah. Right game, at least. Oh, I think I did take Raven and Lucius to end game 2, actually. Yeah, that was probably my team. They were both pretty good. Yeah, so I don't think I ended up using Kent or Sane in that case. Not past like the early game. No, Felicia, not super helpful. One more colorless. Anana. And our last pull of the bunch. What have we got to end things? Just Sarah. Well, that's unfortunate, but again, I wasn't that invested in this particular banner. Really wish we had gotten Awakening with demote or direct demote Rickon. But alas, for this new power banner, don't have a huge preference. I have all of these units, but the only one I ever really use is Valoria, and even her I don't use nearly as much nowadays. But I think we'll go Flora just since she is seasonal, so she's a little harder to get. I'll just pull one red, one lucky red, and hope for her or a Hinata. Just an Olivia. Just Olivia. No thank you. For this week's weekly revivals, we have Edelgard, Deirdre, and Azura, and Sumia, Maribel, and Crom. Don't have a huge preference on this one. I think Maribel is slightly better because of Dazzling Staff, though I kind of want to pull blue just for the 4-star special option. And on this one, I really want Azura merges. I think mine's at like +4. And I'd love to get her to +10. I was actually, before they announced the 3 houses summoning event, I was planning to pull for some Azura merges on this weekly revival. But then Dedu kind of came and ate my orbs. So have to continue putting Azura on the back burner. But I was actually planning to pull on this weekly revival. But I think I'll still pull all the blues. I could go and spend orbs here, but I just don't think at 400 it's really smart. Yeah, the appearance rates are 4%. Not terrible, but like still not great. But we'll start with blue on this one, just one. But yeah, like I've noticed a lot of the 4-star specials that I would like to get are on blue, so pulling blue is still good, even though I have gotten my plus speed Robin. He no longer is a thing I'm pursuing, but instead now I'm pursuing all these random 4-star special characters. And I'd love to get Azura, but just one blue orb. I really would love to get her, but the timing is just not good this time. Maybe on her next weekly revival, I'll have orbs to go for her. Just a Reinhardt. Unfortunate. What can be done? For this month's Tempest Trial banner, we have the Lords of 3 Houses. This banner actually looks like it would fit right in with these 3 Hopes release event banners. But gonna go for Dimitri. I actually realized that my Dimitri is at, I think, +4. So actually getting him +10 isn't totally unreasonable now. It is starting to look legitimately possible, so wouldn't mind getting a merge for him. Claude as a backup wouldn't be bad either, though. Well, that's unfortunate. Still would love to get Claude, though. He's cool. And he's a demote on this banner, which would be pretty awesome if I had the orbs to spare. Instead, we just got Merced as well. Right game, at least, right? For heroes with rally skills, I do not have Moosebell, who has Dragon Wall, which would be pretty cool. Or Astrid, who is a unit that exists. Actually, her bow is good. Just her fodder is not. But then we have Luis, who I think I'm actually going to go for. I've already had a Luis, and I got one with combat manuals, but I'd like to get one so that I could give New Year's Corin her rainbow. So I'm going to try for her. I was going to say I'll pull any colorless, but just the one. Come on, Luis. Let me have your bow. Nah. A very underwhelming archer, unfortunately. All right, we have the new summer vacation banner featuring all 3 house leaders and Micaiah. Altina is here as well as part of the duo. This banner is very unexpected. I definitely thought that with 3 houses being kind of absent the first half of this year for a new heroes banner, I thought we would get a 3 hopes banner with like all 3 lords or something on there, and then that didn't drop. So then I was like, oh, maybe they actually were being smart and they were going to space out the lords onto different new heroes banners for 3 hopes. Nope. Instead, they dropped all 3 of them here once again, but on a seasonal banner. I think that's very weird. I don't like, yeah, this banner is very stacked in terms of popular characters, but I feel like that's just kind of like, why not just space them out and have a popular character on 3 different banners throughout the year? Micaiah technically too, she's also super popular. I don't understand it, but very solid looking banner. All the units are good. Edelgard, being Edelgard, just super strong armor unit. Although she is coming with this new assault troop skill, which might actually make offensive armors a bit more viable since those have kind of fallen off. You could run charge along with like bold fighter or something and rush down the enemy as basically a giant super tanky cavalry unit. Could be interesting, though it doesn't allow you to go through forests, which is a restriction that should have been on Armor March to begin with. Also, I think the condition is a bit more lenient as well because you don't have to stay glued to your allies, and you have to keep your HP topped off or be close enough to the enemy that you could attack anyway. So I feel like it's kind of a non-issue because turn 1, you get to rush the opponent down because you'll have a full HP unless you got hit by like Duma or something. And then after that, you get to just be close enough, which you should be at that point. Then we've got Dimitri, who's a cavalry unit with atrocity, which is gross. He's also got this big wall of text here. I'm not reading all that. Good for you, man. But I do like Dimitri, so wouldn't mind having him by any means. Also, I think it's really funny that he's basically got an aardvark carved out of wood. That's really funny. Micaiah, colorless cav tome. Kind of wish they'd let her be something else besides a tome unit, like let her be like a melee unit. Just for some variety, but she is very strong with her various anti-cav armor tomes, so I guess it's not really worth complaining about. And then we have Claude as the surprise demote, looking very snazzy. I would love to get him. Honestly, if I hadn't pulled for Dedu, thinking, oh yeah, there will probably be nothing on the summer banner that I really want, then I'd have gone for him, but alas, I feel like my orbs aren't quite good enough to pull for Claude this time around. Maybe on double special heroes or something, but really would have loved to try and plus 10 him. But I think maybe I'll just pull the full wheel. All of these would be great to have, honestly, but I think Claude and Dimitri are the ones I want the most. Maybe I'll just pull any blue or green that pop up. I don't know, we'll see what the wheel looks like. No chances at Claude. That disappoints me. I'm just going to take the one green then. Maybe I'll come back and pull later on. But instead we'll just take this Violent for now. Very disappointing. Very disappointing square-headed Violent. All right, we got weekly revivals 51 and 27. This one looks frankly terrible. Like, I do remember this banner just because it looks so... Though a lot of the old weekly revivals aren't great, but like this one just like I'm looking at this, I'm like, what am I going to use any of this for? But this one looks pretty good. I'm thinking Marita, just because she does have that Flashing Blade Null follow-up combo. Flashing Blade 4 is not as impressive, but Null follow-up is just always nice to have extra copies of. And then on this one, I think blue for Ephraim, but honestly, it's more just because blue has a lot of 4-star special units I want. So let's grab that real quick. Pop this one blue for free. Yes, please. Come on, give us an Azura. Nah. Nah. Game said no. Obro, not terribly useful. And then on this one, we'll go for Marita on red. Well, never mind. Well, blue is the only one that has a focus unit, so give us an Azura. We could use Berkut, I guess, but I'd rather just have like Azura or something. Oh, instead we got a Berkut. I've gotten a lot of Fallen Berkuts. Honestly, I think if I really wanted to, I could push and get him plus 10. But I don't really want to. Even though Berkut was kind of a cool character, I'm not that interested. All right, we have the Summer Passing rerun. Gonna go for duo Marth and Mia. Most solid looking unit on the banner. I was actually doing the Corrin Limited Legendary Hero Battle rerun, where we had to use only Awakening units, and it was rough. My Awakening roster is a little lacking. Actually, by the time you see this, I guess there will be one new unit in my Awakening roster that I could have used. Morgan got completed, so would have been nice to have him to use, but I didn't have him built at the time. I actually built him like I think 2 days after that, but I noticed, wow, my Awakening roster is looking a little weak, and I noticed, wow, I don't have a single duo unit for Awakening, so it would be nice to have an option here. So we'll try and grab them. As a backup, I guess we'll go for Selena. Joshua has the Coral Bow, which could also be funny. Although I guess that's just Rainbow, isn't it? Right. Yeah, that's just the seasonal version of the Rainbow that they added first, and then they made the Rainbow afterwards. And then Loot. Don't need her. I got my one Flora Guide copy. And she's actually in the combat manual shop, I think, this month. And her fodder offering has not aged the best. Tactic skills are funny, but like they can easily put speed tactic on a D mode at this point. Like no one's really drooling for it anymore. But so we're gonna go colorless. Hope for that. Green as backup. Well, that takes care of that, I suppose. Come on. Actually, I don't even really want Selena. Just give me something cool. Oh, Brave Ike yet again. This man really is going to be plus 10. I'm going to have an accidental plus 10 Brave Ike. That's kind of funny. Steady Breath just doesn't... Steady Breath is so much better as a seal. It's just like, as an A slot, it hasn't aged the best. I'm surprised they haven't made a tier 3 version of the breath skills yet. Like, they could easily bump up the increase on the stats and maybe... it doesn't really need another effect, just like bump up the increase, or maybe make it like a dual thing where Steady Breath promotes into like an attack and defense breath. That could be funny. I don't know, something like that. But still, cool to get another Ike. Actually, I'm curious how many of him I have. I will throw it on the screen right now. For the rerun of Summer Returns, I don't have a huge preference here. I think we'll go for Legyarn, since she has the best fodder, but Levitine would be backup. But we got a blue, so just grab this blue, and we got Neffy. Sad, unfortunate, but not a tragedy. Because I did not really care too much. Okie dokie, we've got Heroes with Mimbo, which is a banner that I'm not super wild about. There's nothing here I desperately need. Gatry has Crafty Fighter, which might be good to just have in case I find some random armor that I wanted on. And Fortress Def Res, I feel like there are better options generally nowadays, but could still be a nice throw-in. Hugh has Speed Def Ideal, which I'm not sure who I would want that on. I am slowly warming up to Ideal skills. I put one on my Morgan, and it's kind of fun there, but like Speed Def, maybe Kaze, because I do like my silly little Speed Def impact on him, but I just don't know when I would take Speed Def Ideal over the impact skill for him. I guess Rouse attack speed might be the more useful skill there. Who would want the Null Panic? Actually, Morgan might actually want the Null Panic to guarantee he gets his attack and speed, but then again, getting that attack speed +6 just kind of makes his tome a little redundant. So probably not him. I'm not sure who I would want that on, honestly. It's kind of an awkward combo too, because Ideal skills can't be cavalry, I think, and Rouse skills are infantry cavalry. So if I want both, I think I have to put it on an infantry. Might just throw it on Byleth just because Byleth gets everything. And then Asbel, Fury 4, Null Follow-Up, solid, but not something I desperately need. I think I actually have an Asbel that I'm in the middle of training for HM farming, so probably just gonna go Gatry and then red as backup, but hope for a blue. There we go. I don't even really want Gatry, I just want I want an Azura. Give me an Azura. No. Unfortunate. I can't use her. What is she gonna do? We now have Weekly Revival 28 and 10. Gonna go Tana on this one just because I want to pull blue, though Alencia would be a better unit for me, I think. I still use my Alencia and I think she's still unmerged. So wouldn't mind a copy of her either, but we're gonna go blue, I think, just not really for Tana, just for pulling blue. And on this one, I guess we'll go Brave Ike. I think my Brave Ike could be like +5 or +6 right now if I really wanted him to be. So I guess maybe he could be a casual project in the background. I don't know. He is also, I think, the most useful unit on that batch anyway. So got a blue here. We'll pull that. Get something interesting. No. No. Just no. And on this one, well, no Ike. I don't really need Mist. I'm just going to pull blue on this one as well. I don't want Mist merges, honestly. I don't have any use for that. May. Neither of those pulls were that exciting, unfortunately. Alright, so we have this month's Double Special Heroes banner, and it looks absolutely stacked. There's great stuff all around here, especially Crom. Absolutely obnoxious. Every time I see him in Summoner Duels, I automatically strike him just because I don't want to deal with To Change Fate. Terrible skill. Who designed that? And then we've got Shinon, pretty solid. He does have this bow that would be funny to put on someone like Ashe if they ever decide to release us a bow using Ashe, which he should have been to begin with. Riggin, adorable. Probably not quite as good, but she's cute, so, you know. Same with Mirabilis. Not the best units here, but they are adorable. Also, I don't really notice that her hair is kind of like rainbowy. That's kind of cool. Is that... I don't think she had that in her regular version, but maybe I'm just not remembering right. Green also looking incredibly solid with Dagger and Lucina. I'd love another Lucina just in case I decide to build Winter Hilda. If I can get enough copies for her eventually. Her with Savvy Fighter and Kestrel Stance would be very funny. And then Zane, I still want this boy's staff. Like, I really want his staff. Yes. Just want him just because he's freaking adorable. And then Lyre, a little less enticing, but having attack speed catch fodder, I guess, could be good. But yeah, I kind of think I should save my orbs, but I kind of want to pull full wheel, honestly. We'll see. What does the wheel look like? Red and green are the best, definitely. Well, we got one red, one green. Let's maybe pull everything, but if I get a Zane, then I'll stop pulling colorless because I really want Zane. Just a Henry here. Bad. You are not the terrifying Crom that I want to beat people up with. Legendary Crom has been around for, what, 2 years? When is it my turn to bully people to change fate? Big sis, love you, but you're not helping. Come on, give me a Zane. I really don't care that much about Lyre. I just want the Zane. Just because he's cute. No. Natasha, no. Come on, Zane. Gordon, you're from the right game, but you are not Zane. Alright, last one. If we don't get him here, it wasn't meant to be. Nah. Chad, very contrary to his name, is not a Chad. He is not the adorable Zane, and we do not need him. Very disappointing considering how stacked this banner is, but alas, what can you do? Well, I know what I can do. I can keep saving. I've got more important things to spend the rest of my orbs on. But this is a very good banner. She has returned once again to haunt me. The Demon Altena is back. With that said, we're going to go green for Jill. Minerva, well, I swear, if she decides to pop up again... Okay, thank goodness. I was gonna throw my phone. Well, not actually. I would have. I actually did throw it that one time she popped up like as a 5-star. But at this point, I would have been like, you know what? Fine, whatever. But I would have felt like throwing my phone. But I just can never escape her intimidating gaze. For heroes with solo skills, I think I'm going to go Shinon, just the most useful fodder of the bunch. Nyx is backup because she's fairly strong. Well, I think we'll go this one. Didn't even have the chance for green there, which is fine. I've got a copy already and I don't use them. Oh, and we got a Shinon. I really could. I could plus 10 this man. I've gotten enough copies. I probably have gotten 10 or 11 copies at this point, but I foddered a few. But I'm probably well on the way to plus 10ing this guy. Plus speed. If I want to plus 10 him, this is the one. You know, I might plus 10 the funny racist man just because he is always showing up. I don't know. Do I really want him though? You know, when I phrase it like that, maybe I don't want to plus 10 him. Just having him hang around. On the scale, I think I'm more okay with Papa Garen's various war crimes than this guy. Because, you know, Garen's like being manipulated. He's being possessed and whatever. So, you know, give him a little leeway. This guy's just kind of a jerk just for the sake of being a jerk. So I don't know. I don't know if we can give him the benefit of the doubt, you know? He's at +3, or he could be at +3 right now. Default and then plus 2, 3. But we also had 3 copies that we foddered to New Year's Corin, Klein, and Ignatz. So he would be at +6, well within range of actually trying to plus 10 him. Finally, to end the month, we have our legendary hero banner. It's our dear big brother Xander finally getting the respect he deserves, finally getting his legendary, only like 2 years after Ryoma got his. Very fair. But he is finally here, and he looks absolutely fantastic. I love this art. He looks so good. And he looks like a very solid unit. Looks very wonky in terms of kit, but still happy to see him. He picked up his dad's axe, and finally someone is using Bolverk in this game. I thought for sure that Garen would have it. He didn't get it. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe they're going to use that for Brave Camilla when they add Brave Camilla. No, she got a staff. But now finally someone is using Bolverk, which is cool because I think Bolverk is just a very cool weapon inherently. It's got a very cool name. The kit is a little weird. I think it's very odd that they decided to go in on Xander as a fast unit instead of a defensive one, because usually they emphasize his defense more than anything, but here they really went in on attack and speed. Interesting choice. I guess their Xander in their playthrough just ended up super fast or something. It's got a lot of cool stuff here. Attack speed catch 4 is interesting. Seafield 3, I couldn't really figure out why they decided to do this, but then I thought there is one colorless character that Xander has historically been very strong against. Oof. So interesting picks there. But he is sharing with Etri, strong little gremlin, still don't have her, and Freya, who I do have. Having extra copies for Pulse Smoke wouldn't be bad, but Xander would definitely be the main prize there, and then Etri is our secondary pick. The other units, we have Red with Legendary Sigurd. Actually, when I first saw Xander's kit, and it's kind of weird, it's like he wants to initiate on the opponent, but he also wants allies next to him. I was like, that's a little weird for a cavalry unit. And I said, the best way to set that up is probably Legendary Sigurd, right? And then lo and behold, Sigurd is on the banner with him. So maybe that is what they were going for. You send Sigurd in to initiate first, and then you have someone nearby. Xander gets the movement boost and rushes down and follows up. Maybe that's what they were going for. It seems like a solid enough combo, especially for like AR defense in Chaos Season. That sounds pretty nasty. But we got Sigurd, we got Regan, still adorable, still pretty dang strong. And then we have Leaf, who has DC and Times Pulse at least. I don't find Leaf to be terribly threatening on defense compared to other units, but still pretty strong. I'm sure he's better in player hands or something. For blue, we have Ullr, don't really care. We have Ishtar, pretty dang scary unit. And then we have Note. I kind of actually want Attack Speed Menace for a potential project, but kind of pricey. Leaf is strong, but I have Duo Leaf. August, a few months early. It's only going to be July tomorrow, so I would say no to August. And then Nime, pretty cool, but I haven't even really used the one that I got aside from leveling her up for her flowers. So don't desperately need her. I'd say colorless is the least appealing on this. So I think we definitely want to go green and then blue and then red. But we're only going to spend a few orbs, maybe in the first wheel, maybe even like just pull one. I haven't decided yet, but when I saw Xander was green, I actually was very excited. And then I also had some people who remember that aside from being the crazy resident Byleth and Corrin and Morgan fanboy, I also used to be the big Xander fanboy. Me and Faye both loving Xander, both for different reasons there. But there were some people who remembered that I am a big fan of Xander, and they were like, oh, Brandon, are you going to pull, right? I'm actually going to wait, because I was thinking right when I saw that he was green, I was like, ooh, what if his rerun is with Legendary Male Byleth. That would be perfect. I could spend a bunch of orbs and try and get both at the same time. And apparently the devs decided to throw me a bone because currently they are both scheduled to rerun in September. So September is when we're going to really try and get him. As long as things don't change or anything, they don't swap anyone around, Xander will be best to go for in September. So let's see. We got the one colorless. Well, this whole wheel is kind of tempting. Let's start with just the green. I was feeling a little down, but then I woke up after a nap and Xander's here. So, well, no, Xander's not here. Ross is here. Ugh. I actually kind of need that attack speed menace. So let's try the blues and see if we get lucky there. Red would be nice, but I don't desperately need Sigurd or Regan, so might just take these 2 blues and then bounce. Yeah, I was feeling down, but Xander has actually improved my mood a little bit. Xander and a nap, all you really need in life, right? A Tsubaki and a Cordelia, not terribly exciting, so we will continue saving these orbs and we will try and resist things and come back in September for a big green summoning session and try and get Xander then. So even though I really want him, we're going to pass. Oh, sorry, big bro. So that was a pretty dang solid month. Even though we didn't end with Xander, we got a good number of 5 stars this month, which is pretty dang nice. Cannot complain about that. So I'm very happy, very excited about that. Also, something else I'm very happy and excited about. I got to be in a video on Tayn and Blue's channel where we designed ourselves to be heroes in Fire Emblem. So you guys should check that out. I'll link it at the end here. But that was something else that was exciting. So before I send you guys off to watch that, I just want to say thank you guys, as always, so much for watching, joining me on another FEH Freebies. Best of luck to you guys on your summons, whether they be free or otherwise, and whether they be on this banner, any of the other current banners, or any of the ones upcoming in the near future. And until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon, signing out.